All right, hi everyone. This is Carlo Cruz once again, this time with Liberium Crypto. All right, so today I would just like to do a little mindset training about what to expect with Liberium and the difference between CPT and Liberium. And also going in, following me, I do mainly BTC pair trading to accumulate more Bitcoin. So pretty much it's a different type of mindset versus accumulating the US dollar, right? So first, um, first the difference between CPT and Liberium. I've seen a difference since I'm one of the traders and I have a different back office than everyone else. With CPT, I've noticed every time I trade, it takes a long time for my trades to trigger. And me, I look at the 5-minute and 15-minute chart, right? So when I see a trade, it needs to be done quick, because if it takes 5 minutes, 15 minutes before my trade triggers, I mean, I'm looking at the 5-minute, 15-minute chart, it would have spiked up already. I've already missed the trade. And there was a lot of times I'm finding myself canceling my pending orders because I've already missed out, right? That's CPT. Now with Liberium, literally right when I click buy, it buys that second. It's so fast. And I haven't had any problems since day one. And they just launched with Liberium. It took me a few months. I don't know if, I mean, not Liberium, sorry, with CPT. I don't know if everyone knows this or some people know this, but I was actually one of the first traders in CPT. I joined during pre-launch in January as a trader, but I didn't start trading until around May or June. Why? Because the system wasn't even fast enough to do my trades. So I didn't trade for a few months. And with Liberium, day one, I was already trading because it was so fast. So this huge difference. I'm talking about, I mean, it's not even close to being as good as Liberium. Two, CPT, they only had about 8 to 10 pairs. With Liberium, from day one, they already had almost 60 pairs. All right, and that's BTC alt pair. They have more pairs in USDT than BTC alt pair. It's crazy. So that's another thing too. It's pretty much an open game for me. Like there's always trades to be made, even when the market's going down. I like it. It's actually I love it. It's fun. And another thing that's coming, I don't know when it will come, because obviously there's still just a few minor kinks. I mean, it's not like it's some major glitches like what CPT, but some minor glitches that they're still working on. But everything seems to be running smoothly at the moment, right? And it should stay that way. The developers, again, that's another difference. The developers with Liberium is 100% new. It's totally different team. There's really no developers that was with CPT. The only one that's actually was with CPT was one of the co-owners, right? One of the co-owners obviously launched Liberium Crypto also. That's the only one that's the same as far as development goes. Okay. And what was that? So what's coming, right? I don't know when it'll become, and this is actually for us traders. From what I've heard from the owner, okay, this is coming from the owner, that they will have a separate tool for the traders to add, for us to have control to add pairs that we want to add whenever we want to add one. So now it's going to be an open playing field. Like literally, probably months down the road or a year from now, we'll have way more than 100 pairs to trade in just BTC alone, and also in USDT, because we're going to keep adding, right? As we see fit. And the biggest difference that I've seen is missing sell trades. CPT, um, I'm not knocking on CPT. I'm just speaking the facts of what I saw. There was a lot of times when my sell didn't trigger. And then if it does trigger, there are a lot of people it didn't trigger for them. So, and the market, when I read it, I want it to trigger when it hits my target, because if it doesn't, it's a risk of going down and not hitting that target again in a few weeks or months, right? So I need it to trigger right when it hits that target. And there's a lot of cases where coin spikes up and back down, and CPT wasn't fast enough to catch it. A lot that happened so many times. Since day one in Liberium, I haven't had any problems with my sell triggering. And when everything was connected with the members and they were getting the buy signals or the buy orders, none of them had a problem with the sales triggering either, right? So I know there was a lot at the beginning of Liberium, there was a lot of people that missed out on trades whenever I bought, or whenever the traders bought. People missed out on those buy trades. But see, that's a minor problem. Why? Because you never got into a trade. A major problem was like CPT, when you got into a trade but never sold because it glitched. See, with Liberium, we haven't seen that problem yet of missing a sell. You may miss a buy, but that's good. You never got in. So, but if you did get in, you've never missed a sell. Think about that, right? So that's really good. So you don't miss out on gains. Now, as far as the mindset of going into following me, I do trade a little bit of USDT because I do see a few people follow me with USDT. So I do trade that as well, but I mainly concentrate on Bitcoin, right? Why is that? First of all, if you're in the cryptocurrency game, you need to understand the technology, okay? If you don't understand the technology, then what are you doing investing in it? That's not the way to invest, right? So, I mean, are you going to invest into some hype in the stock market, not knowing what it is? Actually, a lot of people do, but but a smart way to invest is do your research first, understand the technology, and believe in it. That way, when the market tanks, you know it's temporary and it's going to go back up, because why? There's future in it, right? Just like the dot-com bubble back then. I mean, it tanked, but now it's way higher than it was before, right? Believe most everybody knows about that. So I'm not gonna go into details with that. But yeah, as far as people that doesn't know really what Bitcoin or crypto is, it's pretty much a decentralized peer-to-peer exchange, right? And Bitcoin is a payment system, you know? If you think about what money really is, it's just a payment system, okay? So, but the difference with Bitcoin, there is no middleman. You can transact within the digital space without a middleman. PayPal, Cash App, and all these other online payment system, it still goes through some type of central bank or a middleman, right? With Bitcoin, it's just peer-to-peer. So that's just a quick summary of what Bitcoin really is for those that are new. I can literally send, there's no restriction or anything. I can literally send $1 million from US to Asia right now, and it'll take maybe 10-15 minutes with few cents to $1, or even cheaper than that, because Bitcoin is releasing Lightning Network now too, so it's gonna drastically decrease the fees, the miner fees. Okay, so that's the power of it. Now, as far as the price of Bitcoin, okay, I've been in this space for a long time. I've seen Bitcoin when it was at $225. That was actually when it was first introduced to me, and I called it a scam, just like everyone else. So I did not get into cryptocurrency or Bitcoin until late 2016, when Bitcoin was at around $1,000. Okay, and just like everyone else, I've made a lot of mistakes. I've joined scams, and I've lost a few good Bitcoin, right? But of course, one Bitcoin back then was 1,000, $1,000, 1,500. So, I mean, if I were to lose one Bitcoin now, oh my God, I don't know what I'll do. But yeah, um, so it's human psychology, right? Everybody has to learn. I learned the hard way. I try to teach people the mistakes I've made in the past so that they don't make it. But going back into the Bitcoin price, as you can see right now, we're throttling at around $41,000, right? Uh, it's so mind-boggling to see it at 41,000, knowing that it was $250 when I was first introduced to it. It's crazy. Um, but why is the price of Bitcoin going up? There's one there's one basic information that people need to understand. Well, not understand. People need to not forget. It's so basic that a lot of people tend to forget it. It's a limited supply of 21 million Bitcoin. You cannot create more, and you can't destroy it. It can only be lost. And there are a few million Bitcoin that are already lost, and you can't access that at all. It's just there. All right. So 21 million total supply, and a few million people can't even access. That's crazy. If you think about the market cap of gold, right? Market cap is the amount of money in the whole world pouring into this asset. The market cap of gold is over $11 trillion. The market cap of Bitcoin is less than 2 billion. Sorry. Is it less than 2 billion? Or let me check. 200 billion. I know it was a two. So in order to check, I always check coinmarketcap.com. That is a good source. So Bitcoin's coin market cap, my bad. I was thinking about 2018, 2019, where it was at 200 billion. So it's actually at $794 billion in market cap. Okay. Not even a trillion yet. Remember, the market cap of gold is 11 trillion, right? So how do you price Bitcoin? Okay. I'm going to screen share real fast. It's time to screen share so y'all can see exactly. That way you can understand it better. All right. Where is my calculator? Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and just go to CoinMarketCap so y'all can see the actual website and see how to look at this website. At the very top, there is a total market cap. Total cryptocurrencies, legit cryptocurrencies. Well, there are some that still, not that legit, but at least it's in coin market cap, right? But I like to stick to the top 100. That's the safest, right? But there are 19,033 coins or cryptocurrencies in coin market cap. The total market cap, pretty much the money pouring in all these coins, in all the market, in all the cryptocurrency, is almost what is that? $2 trillion. That's insane. Because I remember when it was only 500 billion. So almost 2 trillion. Now, if you scroll down, you see Bitcoin as number one, right? It's going to be hard to surpass Bitcoin. Maybe Ethereum one day will, but we'll see. But the market cap of Bitcoin right now is this, right? So how do we find the price? How is the price even determined? It's simple. You simply take the circulating supply, which is 19,018,043 Bitcoin. That is the circulating supply, meaning there's still about what 2 million Bitcoin that needs to be mined, right? So again, what you do is you take that number, this number right here, the market cap. Let's take our calculator. I'm gonna use my 793,037,054,311, and then you divide that by the total supply, circulating supply, okay, which is 19,018,043, and boom, and that's how you get the price of Bitcoin at 41,699 cents. That's it. So for those that don't know how that price gets calculated, there it is. The total market cap that's pouring into Bitcoin divided by the circulating supply. It's as simple as that. I'm off a little bit because again, this thing here fluctuates, and you know, I mean, come on, they're trying to calculate every transaction that's happening right now in the world. So, but very close, 41,000, almost 42K, right? So, and you can do that with every coin here, right? So when someone tells you that XRP is going to hit $100 per coin, realistically, come on, you can calculate it now and see how true that is, because you can get the circulating supply of XRP, and then you can try to figure out how much market cap it needs to reach $100. And in order to do that, it needs to beat Bitcoin by a tremendous amount. XRP needs to be number one by a tremendous amount. I don't think that's gonna happen, guys. You know, so I don't listen to people saying, "Oh, XRP is gonna reach $100." I believe XRP will reach its all-time high again someday, which is $3. And again, this is the only coin that hasn't, or one of the top. Actually, this is the only top 20 coin that hasn't even reached this all-time high yet. That's pretty bad, you know. I always like to say this about XRP. You know, I just had a brain fart. It's what it is man, I forgot what I always say. It's I don't hate it, I don't date it, I just trade it. There it is. So I don't hold any XRP at all. Terra Luna is good and everything, but anyways, again, back into Bitcoin. So going into the mindset of following me in Bitcoin, right? First of all, you need to believe what is the end price of Bitcoin. I believe Bitcoin will eventually, it's not even a matter of if, okay? It's a matter of when. When will Bitcoin reach $1 million per coin? And I truly believe that. All right. When will Bitcoin reach $1 million per coin? First of all, in order for Bitcoin to reach $500,000, okay? In order for Bitcoin to reach $500,000, all it needs to do is not even match gold's market cap. Again, remember the market cap of gold is $11 trillion. If Bitcoin hits $11 trillion and you divide that by the 21 million, let's just calculate that. I'm gonna calculate it in my phone. That way I don't need to keep going in and out of screen share, right? 21 mil, 11 trillion, see, million, billion, trillion, divided by 21 million. Okay, if it reaches the market cap of gold of 11 trillion,
You're muted.
right, so the total supply has been mined, which is 21 million. We will have a price of over 500 million per Bitcoin. So even at $500,000, that's good. But I do believe that Bitcoin will reach $1 million. Why? Because unlike gold, it's easier to buy, right? How many people do you know that's just, oh, I'm gonna buy an ounce of gold through my phone, right? No, they yeah. Well, you have to order it, right? You have to find the website, you have to order it, you have to wait for it to get in the mail and all that stuff. Now I'm talking about like straight up just quick in the exchange and Coinbase or something like that, right? It's easier to buy Bitcoin. It's more adaptable. People can adapt to it a lot faster, right? And it's an easier form of transaction. Um, I'm a big fan of precious metals. I do own few gold and silver. Okay, but there you go. But transaction wise, um, it's harder, right? You can't really carry around like a few ounces of gold. It's too heavy in your pocket. So Bitcoin still makes the better money. Okay, even though gold has been, uh, accepted by in like what generations, even VC, VC times, right? It's been around for a long time. Um, but as far as actually transacting and in real world, just buying a cup of coffee and all of this stuff, Bitcoin could be it, right? As far as a world currency. So I believe that $11 trillion market cap in Bitcoin alone is not that hard to reach. It will actually surpass that. Another thing too, the whole world, all right, only 4% of the whole world knows or owns some type of cryptocurrency. And what's crazy is back in 2017, less than 1% of the world owned Bitcoin or crypto. Less than 1% in 2017. And that has grown to 4% now. Okay. So, and here's another thing that I actually like to point out. There are 40 million millionaires that exist in the US alone. Okay. Only 40 million millionaires that exist in the US alone. Once all these millionaires, get a grasp of what Bitcoin really is, and they want a piece of that Bitcoin, it is not possible for all those millionaires to get one Bitcoin. Think about that for a second. They cannot, if they're going to split the total supply of Bitcoin within each other, all 40 million millionaires, it is impossible to have one each. They can only have a max of at least 0.3 Bitcoin each. And here's the crazy part. That's assuming that all the Bitcoin supply is available. Well, it's not, because I own some, a lot of people own some. So those 40 million millionaires is going to have way less than 21 million to share. Just think about that for a second. Bitcoin right now is very undervalued. right? So why would you sell your Bitcoin now? Why would you want to keep going in and out and selling your Bitcoin, USD, Bitcoin, USD, Bitcoin? It doesn't make sense to when it's very well undervalued, and all these dumps that we're seeing is temporary, right? I mean, we could see $100,000 Bitcoin by the end of this year. I mean, it's very possible. I'm not saying it will happen. Nothing is ever guaranteed in investing, right? Only probabilities. There is no guarantee, only probabilities. And the probability of it going to 100K by the end of the year is actually pretty high. So here's a few things why I believe Bitcoin is going to reach $1 million eventually. Kathy Woods. If those of you who doesn't know Kathy Woods, she is the CEO of ARK Invest. Very, very successful, very smart lady in investing and just financial period. Okay. Again, CEO of ARK Invest. You can research her, but her prediction, she believes also is crazy. It's a bold prediction, and she's been successful in investing and trading. Her prediction is by 2030, Bitcoin will hit $1 million. She truly believes that. Also, another thing too, Russia just announced that they will start accepting. I know everybody doesn't like Russia right now. Yes, the war, this and that, but this is big news. Russia will start accepting Bitcoin for their oil and gas. That is huge. I don't care if you don't like Russia. I don't like them at the moment either, but that is huge. Come on, the biggest commodity, the biggest product in the world, oil and gas, and you can pay Bitcoin with it. Now, when they start doing this, I mean, come on, like Iran is gonna follow suit. All these other gas and oil company will follow suit, and the countries that has a bunch of oil and gas, they will follow suit. I mean, Russia's doing it. Shoot, now, they're gonna want to go get in the bandwagon. You know, that's huge. And then again, a few days ago, you know, I'm not sure how many people know about ETF. It's Exchange Trading Fund. That's what the ETF stands for. Right now, we have a lot of futures, Bitcoin futures ETF, but nobody wants futures ETF. That's just paper. This is almost like IOU. This is just paper contract saying, hey, this is how much Bitcoin you have. Here you go. Nobody wants that. They want physical. They want the actual Bitcoin, right? So Australia, few days ago, announced and got approved that they will be launching a spot. That's what people want. A spot Bitcoin ETF in Australia next week. That is huge too. I mean, the floodgates are opening up. All these people, the huge whales, it's going to be so much easier for them to get a hold of Bitcoin when the spot Bitcoin ETF opens up in Australia, right? That's just another country, right? I believe Canada has already actually opened up a spot Bitcoin ETF and Ethereum spot ETF. Now, what we're really waiting for is United States to open up a spot Bitcoin ETF. Okay, they keep postponing it, they keep denying it. The SEC keeps rejecting it. But hey, it's not a matter of if, it's when. They will have to approve it at some point. They have to. Why? Because they're gonna get left behind, and I know the United States don't want to get left behind. And another thing too, Grayscale, one of the largest Bitcoin holders in the world, if not the largest, Grayscale, the company, is threatening. This is crazy. Who does this? Is threatening to sue the SEC if they don't approve their spot Bitcoin ETF. So I want to see how that plays out. So pretty much, Grayscale wants to open up a spot Bitcoin ETF in the US. And if the SEC doesn't approve it, they're gonna sue the SEC. That's crazy. But yeah, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. When that happens, my oh my, surpass 100K in Bitcoin. Right? Now, with that mindset, again, why would you not want to accumulate Bitcoin versus accumulating the US dollar? If you're holding the US dollar right now and you're going in and out, what are you risking? You are risking getting left behind, especially, let's say you are concentrated on trading the US dollar with Liberia.
It's once it's set up.
Oh, yeah. So one, if you're concentrated on trading the US dollar with Liberian, right? You have this pretty much this much amount, let's say 2K, 3K, however much amount you have, right? But you have to set your per trade at a certain amount. You don't want to go in a trade with your full balance. You know, you set it, let's say you have 3K. You set it at 200 per trade, right? So now every time you go in a trade, let's say there's three trades, or let's say there's three trades that went in, that's just $600 out of your 3K, right? So that means $2,400 is still left in USD or USDT, right? What if the market decides, hey, we're just gonna go ahead and spike? Yes, you won with your $600, but your $2,400 stayed the same. You got left behind. That's trading with USD. You got left behind. With BTC, you are always in the market. That's the reason why I had this mindset training at the beginning. So you understand that even if your dollar amount goes down, even if your dollar amount goes down with your BTC, just look at it this way. Um, I forgot, someone actually just asked me this question, and actually a lot of people does ask me this question, and I'm starting to realize, this is actually important information to understand. You have to look at Bitcoin as digital gold. Someone asked me, if the price or the market tanks or goes down, will my Bitcoin amount go down too? It's like, no. Look at it as buying 1 ounce of gold. Okay. If you bought 1 ounce of gold and the price of gold goes down, you will still have 1 ounce of gold. It doesn't change. So if you buy zero point 0.1 Bitcoin and the price of Bitcoin goes down, you will still have 0.1 Bitcoin, right? That amount doesn't change. Only the dollar amount, only the price of your Bitcoin changes. Okay. But again, every time it dips, I truly believe it's temporary, because what is the end result for Bitcoin? Kathy Woods believed 2030 it's going to be at $1 million, right? So again, why would you not want to have more Bitcoin? Okay. So now, to follow me, to get the best, or to get the most of following me, I do right now, especially we're so undervalued, I all my funds are in Bitcoin, right? It's in Bitcoin, and then I go in and out of altcoins. What how does that even work, right? The price of Bitcoin and altcoins, they fluctuate in different pace. Okay. When the market goes down, obviously everything goes down, right? Bitcoin, all the altcoins, they all go down. But there are some altcoins, when Bitcoin goes down in price, there are some altcoin that goes down slower. Okay. If Bitcoin tanks, let's say 20%, there are some altcoin that only tanks 10%, right? That's a trade opportunity for you to get into that altcoin. And then when the time comes to go back into Bitcoin. And what happens is you will end up with more Bitcoin than what you started without having to buy more. And vice versa, when all the prices are going up, when Bitcoin's price goes up, let's say 10, 20%, there are some altcoin that goes up 50 to 100%. So that's another trade opportunity to buy altcoin with your Bitcoin. And when that altcoin goes up a lot faster, and then you sell back into Bitcoin, now you now have more Bitcoin than what you started with. That is the concept of this Bitcoin out pair trading. Okay. So let's say you have one Bitcoin, right? I'm going to screen share again just for another visual. I know it's a lot to comprehend. Hopefully everyone is following this crazy mindset that I have in my head. um, I'm gonna take this Bitcoin calculator here. Can everyone see my screen?
I can, yes.
Okay, cool. All right. Let's just say 0.2 Bitcoin. All right. Actually, let's say 0.1. There you go. 0.1 Bitcoin. Right. And I typically go for a little more than 1% per trade. All right. So there are some uh there are some people that likes to trade with the USDT, right? And let's say again, just that example earlier, when they trade USDT and you see that they're getting like 4%, 5% gain on the USDT, right? But once that trade triggers, you're back into USDT. You go into an altcoin. Once you get that 4%, 5% gain in your USDT, you're back into the dollar. And what if that altcoin or the market just keeps going up and up and up? Then yes, you got your 4 or 5% profit, but you're now getting left behind. Okay. So now with this one, with my strategy, you would my my concentration, my target is to just keep accumulating more Bitcoin, right? So I typically just go a little more than 1%. Now, again, these gains are 1% gain towards your Bitcoin, not towards the dollar, right? Meaning, if the market is going up and you gained 1% more Bitcoin, but then the dollar amount of Bitcoin went up 10%, we just double dip in terms of dollar. Because now your dollar amount went up 10%, but your Bitcoin amount also went up 1%. So now you're actually winning the race more than everyone else that is just trying to accumulate the dollar. I hope that made sense. So now let's do my 1% gain. I'm just going to do 1% conservative gain. You multiply 0.1 Bitcoin into 1.01. Now you end up with 0.101 Bitcoin, right? If you do another 1% on that, hold on, let me go back. Remember, your US dollar amount is this on 0.101, 42.11. Okay. If you do another 1% on that gain, your $42.11 is now 42.48. So you've gained the dollar and you've also gained Bitcoin, right? Now, what if the Bitcoin price goes up 10%? This obviously went up 10%, right? But if we kept trading to accumulate more, you've gained an additional on your dollar amount over that 10% because you've gained an additional 1% on your Bitcoin total. You see, we're double dipping here. That's why would you want to accumulate the dollar if you can accumulate Bitcoin by doing the same trades, same concept, right? You don't have to worry about how the heck that works because that's my job to do. I'm the one doing the trades to accumulate you more Bitcoin. So you don't even have to understand how I'm doing it. You just need to understand why I'm doing it. And this is why. Okay. So now, how do I take profits when the market tanks? Well, let me tell you. How do I take profits when the market tanks? Okay. So let's say, what's a good number? Let's just do 0.1 again. All right. Let's just do 0.1. So your initial investment is 0.1. That will never change. As long as you don't go below, as long as you don't go below 0.1 Bitcoin, you're good. Don't go below 0.1 Bitcoin. That is your initial investment. And we won't go below that because I don't use a stop loss. It's up to you if you want to use a stop loss. But if your stop loss is at 5% and the price goes down 5% and you lose, and then it goes back up to my 1% target, and then I win, that's on you, not on me, okay? I'm going to tell y'all right now, I don't use a stop loss because it doesn't make sense on spot trading. The only time I use stop loss is on margin trading, derivatives trading, leverage trading. Why? Because on those type of trading, you can actually get liquidated. If you leverage, for example, if you leverage 10%, not 10%, 10 times. If you leverage 10 times, right? Meaning you go into a trade and you do a 10x leverage, right? That means you get 100% gain on whatever that trade is if the market goes up 10%. That's what 10x leverage is. If the market goes up 10%, you get 100% gain. 10% times 100, 10% times 10 is 100. But if the market goes down 10%, well, what's negative 10% times 10? Negative 100. That's how you get liquidated on leverage trading. You lose all your money in one trade if the market goes down 10%. That's why you need to put a stop loss on leverage trading. That way you don't get liquidated. You put a stop loss at 5% or something like that. Yes, you lose half of your money, but at least you still have half of your money. Hopefully that made sense also. With spot trading, the only way you can lose your money completely is if Bitcoin goes to zero. How many of you believe that Bitcoin is going to go to zero? I don't believe that. There's no way. I don't think it's too late now. There's no turning back. I don't think Bitcoin is going to zero. It's too late now. And especially Elon Musk. I don't even think Elon Musk is going to let Bitcoin go down to 30,000, down below that, because that is what they're calling the Elon Musk level, the buying level, 30K, because that's around when he bought. And I believe he will let Bitcoin go down below 30K. So it's mindset. It's all about mindset. Now, how do you take profits, right? When it comes to trading Bitcoin out pairs. Let's just say you're winning 1%, right? Boom. 1%. Remember, your initial investment or initial Bitcoin amount that you started trading with is 0.1. Okay, so just an example. Let's say it's just 0.1. All right, you keep trading, right? Boom. All right, so how do you take profit? All right, how do you take profit with this? Your profit is 0.00406 Bitcoin. As long as you don't take more than 0.00406 Bitcoin, that is your profit. You can take that out. Don't take any more, because if you take any more, now you're deducting from your initial investment, your multiplier. Okay. Now, people say, well, I don't want to take profit if the market is down. Like my dollar amount is down. Let's say this, let's see, let me give you an easy math here. Let's reset 0.01. All right. Right now, the price of Bitcoin is this, right? Let me get my other calculator, my regular one. Okay. Oop. Let's say let's say the price of Bitcoin, let's just say the price of Bitcoin goes down 50%, right? That means your $4,154 went down to 2,077. Okay. But we've been accumulating Bitcoin. Oh, crap. Right? Even though the market went down, we've just been accumulating Bitcoin. Right?
Yeah.
We've just been accumulating Bitcoin. So now we have to calculate. Remember, 50%. Percentage is a percentage. I always look at everything in percentage. Okay. With one Bitcoin and the market goes down 50% from here, with 0.1 Bitcoin and the market goes 50% down from here, you will have $2,077. But after accumulating at 1% a few times, you have 0.10406. Okay. And you will have this much at the current price. But what if the market goes down 50%? Right. So we will erase this right here and we will take 43,229, 0.95 divided by 2. Okay. Earlier you had what was that? 2,077 bucks, right? If you want to take profit and you want to take the 4.06 profit, right? This is how much you will have as profit, 0.00406. You will have $168 in profit in terms of Bitcoin, even if the market went down 50%. Everyone follow that? Why? Why is that a profit if the market went down 50%? Because if you take this amount out of your portfolio, you will still have one Bitcoin left. Even though the market went down 50%, you will still have one Bitcoin left. And what will the market do eventually? Go back up to where it was before. So in terms of Bitcoin, you did not lose. I hope that made sense. And again, we're recording this so you can watch it over and over again until it makes sense. I've been doing this for years and it makes sense to me now. So again, if you take out your Bitcoin profit of 0.00406, that is a profit of $168.69 at a market that went down 50%. Okay. I look at it as profit still, and you didn't lose, you didn't sell for a loss because you still end up with your initial investment portfolio of 0.1 Bitcoin because you did not take more to where you are below your initial investment of 0.1 Bitcoin. And when the market recovers, guess what? You'll still have zero point 0.1 Bitcoin, if not more, because we're going to continue trading. And your dollar amount will be well above, the $4,077 that we had before at 0.1 Bitcoin. So how is that? It's because we never left the market and we didn't get left behind. We didn't sell for a loss. We stayed in the market until it recovered, and you just took out the Bitcoin profit that you had, which is in the end profit, regardless of where the market is. Now, if you didn't want to take out this profit and just wait for it to go back up, well, guess what? Actually, this is my bad. This is the current price. If the market tanks 50%, just divide this by 2. I apologize. Here, 168.36 divided by 2. Yeah, that's in terms of market tanking. At 0.00406, you would have taken out $84. Okay, if you took that out. All right. So yeah, regardless, it's still profit, and you did not lose. Why? Because you still have 1 Bitcoin left. Now, if you didn't want to take that out and just wait for it to go back up, well, guess what? When it goes back up to where it was, then you'll have $168 to withdraw at this price. At 50% tank, it's this price. Regardless, it's still profit on your Bitcoin. I hope that made sense. So now, what if you don't have to take profit and you just keep accumulating and accumulating and accumulating, right? Well, then now you're compounding and your gains are going to be astronomical in the next year or so, right? So my rule of thumb, right now, if you just have a few $1,000s that you're trading with, I'm going to be real with you. You can't make this a living, right? Because it's, let's see, I'll show you. If you have that much trading, don't expect to make $4,000 a month. Why? Because you need 100% gain, just about, per month to make 4,000 a month. Is that realistic? No. Are there companies that are promising that return? Yes. Is it legit? I don't think so. So, at 15% a month, oh, at 15% gain a month, right? And that's actually what I average on a bear market. You're looking at, again, that 0.01 Bitcoin profit. Oh, which is $621 off of 4,000. Okay. And if the market tanks 50%, well, guess what? That's $311 or $310 profit. See, remember, we're thinking of profit in Bitcoin terms now. You take out 0.01%, that's total Bitcoin profit. Even if the market tanks 50%, you still have $310 profit because you'll be left with 1 Bitcoin. Okay, but if the market doesn't tank, then you have $621 in profit at 0.015 Bitcoin profit. Okay, but if the market spikes 50%, well, guess what? You will have over $900 in profit at 0.015 Bitcoin. Why? Because we never left the market and we didn't get left behind, and Bitcoin decides to spike up 50%, and now you have more Bitcoin than what you started with, and your dollar amount has astronomically increased as well. Ain't that crazy? double dipping. So let's see. Now I'm gonna take this time real quick before I move on to the next. Does anyone have any question about that?
I actually have two questions, Carlo.
Yes.
So it has to do with the allocation amount. Right. The question becomes, regardless of whatever my amount of Bitcoin is in my Kraken account. And of course, we have to specify the allocation amount in dollars. Is there a need to try to guesstimate that allocation amount relative to the amount of Bitcoin that I would want you to execute per trade? Is the first part of the question. And then I guess the second half is based on your average volume of trading, whether it's per day, per week, or whatever. Do you have a formula that we can use as a recommendation to try to figure out what that allocation amount should be to optimally put our capital in the pipeline of trading?
Yeah. So right now the per trade setting is only in dollar terms. I'm gonna request a per trade term in Bitcoin, because
Thank you.
Yeah, but right now it's in dollar terms. So what you can do is take the current value of Bitcoin right now and divide that by 15. Whatever dollar amount in terms of Bitcoin you have right now, just divide that by 15. Now, if the total amount that you get after you divide by 15 is less than 150 bucks, set it at 150 bucks. So
Okay.
following me, I'm gonna tell you straight up, your trade amount, your amount per trade should be set no less than $150. I don't care if you're trading with 300 bucks total, $150. Why? Because we don't pay monthly anymore, right? I want y'all to have them, because at the end of the day, if you don't refer at least 3 people personally, you're gonna have to pay for the plan, which is the minimum is 179 for 179 trades. Okay, but you don't have to pay that again until you actually run out of trades. So even if you're trading with 300 bucks, set it at 150. That means you can only get in my trades 2 at a time, right? But it'll maximize your gain regardless, because now it only takes you 2 trades to get 1% of your total balance.
Right.
Right. And
Right.
you don't have to pay monthly. So by the time you reach 179 trades, right, and you invested only 300 bucks, let's just see what that is. See. Let's see, where's my actual, I closed out my actual calculator. So at $300, right? So in order to get 1% gain on 300, you need to win at least 2 trades, or you need to win 2 trades. And if you have 179 trades, 179, you divide that by 2, right? Once you've closed, let's say at least 90 trades, once you've closed 90 trades, that's 1% per trade. That's 1%. Yeah. let's see, 90 trades. What am I thinking about? 170, 80, 90. No. 179, 2 trades, 300. 300. 89%. I'm getting a brain fart here. Let's see.
I think maybe it's for 300 times the 1%.
So every 2 trades you close, it's at
Right.
a 1% gain on your total amount,
Right.
right? So meaning, if I close, let's say 100 trades, that's if I close 2 trades. Okay, if I close 100 trades, that's a 50% gain on your 300.
Right.
Yeah.
Which would be 150 that I would gain
Five.
against the 179 for the
Yeah.
cost of trade, right?
Right. So if you close, let's see, 50% gain, 179. Yeah, you divide it by 2. I get it now. I get it. Divided by 2, that is an 89.5% gain on your 300 with just one purchase of a package. You get an 89.5% gain of your 300. So that's amazing, actually. That's pretty good. Yeah. Again, it'll take you longer to get to that, but there is no monthly fee, so you're getting the full value of everything, right?
Okay.
Because you're only going to get into my trades 2 at a time, so you're not going to get all of my trades if you only have 300. That's just an example. If you don't have much funds. Now if you have, let's say, 3,000 and you divide that by 15, you can set it to 200, and you'll have majority, if not all of my trades that I'm placing. Okay. Because I try not to go over 15 open trades. I know sometimes it shows 17 or 18 open trades in my profile, but that's because I'm also trading USDT. Remember, if you break it down in my back office, I only have about 8 BTC pair trades open and the rest in USDT.
And so what is your typical cycle of a trade in terms of how long it's typically open?
Depends on the market. Sometimes it's like a few seconds, other times it's a few hours, and sometimes it takes a few days.
Okay, because I have trades as far back as the 16th that are
16.
still open.
That was during the beta test. I actually just traded to trade. So you're one of the beta testers.
I sure
Okay.
was.
Yeah. So don't worry about that. It's probably waves, because I keep up with that. It's probably the BTC waves trade.
I think you're right. I didn't know what the heck that was, but yes, yes, that is exactly what it is. Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry about that. That's gonna go back up. Waves is a good project.
Well, I'm like you. I don't do stop losses. I believe things are gonna go. They go down, they go up in this space.
Right.
This was great. You give me something to work with. Thank you, and thank you so much for the session. A lot of revelations in terms of what you shared today.
No problem. I have one more thing to share with you before we end the call, though, because I just wanted to understand. I just wanted everyone to understand the end game of Bitcoin, or the not end game, but the target, the price target that I have in mind in terms of per coin, right? $1 million is not even $1 million per coin it's not even imagination anymore. It's a reality now. It's just a matter of when we'll reach that. Okay. Whether Kathy Woods is correct, we'll reach that by 2030 or probably less. We will reach that. I mean, that's shooting long term. Short term is short term is like 100K from where we are now. That's more than 100% game in terms of your Bitcoin. Do you really want to have USDT sitting in the sideline when that happens? Because when Bitcoin spikes up, it doesn't wait for anybody. It literally spikes up in days. Yeah. And I've seen a few times it did that while we're all asleep. So that's why I never leave the market. So yeah, 3K divided by 15, 200, right? Again, if let's say you have 1K, you divide that by 15, and it's less than 150, set it at 150. Okay? Set it at 150. Why is that? It's because at $150 per trade, once you run out of 179 trades at $150 per trade, you will have enough, way more than enough profit to cover the next $179 package while keeping a good amount of profit at the same time to compound. That is why I say 150 is the sweet spot per trade. Okay. And now you got to keep this in mind also. The larger package you get, the cheaper per trade token get. Because at 179, you're paying $1 per trade. Meaning the in and out trade that I do, you have to make more than $1 per trade just to cover the 179. Now, if you get the full package, you get 40% off. Meaning now every trade that you go into is only costing you 60 cents. You got to take that in consideration too. Or if you just want to keep all your profit, just refer 3 people. That's it. You know, referring 3 people should cover your 179 a month. Or not 179 a month, 179 package once you run out. Okay. So it's actually a good thing if you run out of trade tokens quicker, because that means you're winning faster and you're gaining gains faster.
Right.
And when you do run out, that just means at 150 per trade, when you do run out of trade tokens, it just means that you have way more than enough to buy another package. It's just the facts. You can't change that. Mathematically, there's no way you'll fall short. You know, you'll end up having enough to buy another package without you having to, go out of pocket to buy another one, if that makes sense. I'm screen sharing right now, right? Can y'all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the final thing that I like to show y'all, and this is every time I show this, it's mind blowing. It literally opens up your perspective in terms of my strategy. Okay. I have to write my password. Sorry. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see. I'm still logged in. All right. All right, this is the last part. And I always like to save this for last. So we just log me in. Oh, goodness. Okay. Okay. Screen share again. There we go. All right. So with this right here, if you're still stuck on the US dollar, I would just like to give this illustration. What's a good amount we can do? Maybe 0.2. No, let's do 0.1. Wow, 0.02. All right, let's do 0.1, okay? Or maybe I like to make it to where everybody can relate. 0.05. There you go. Let's do 0.05. That sounds good. Okay, which is $2,081. All right. So for people that's still in the USD mindset, $2,081. Let's say you go into Liberium with $2,081 and you want to trade with USDT, right? And again, my target is a little more than 1%. All right. As you can see, you'll see on my profile that I'm averaging about 1.8, 1.9%. That's because I take account for the trading fees, not on KuCoin or Binance, but on the highest trading fee, which is Kraken. In and out in Kraken, trading in and going back out in Kraken is a total of 0.52%. Total of 0.52%. Binance and KuCoin is 0.2. In 0.1, out 0.1, total 0.2%. So I'm taking account for Kraken's fees. That's why I'm averaging 1.8, 1.9. That way it makes sure that y'all get the full 1%, if not a little bit more gain after fees. That's why, okay? I take account for that already, so y'all don't have to worry about that. Now, number of years to grow at this is a monthly return. Remember, I average about 5% a day per trade. Actually, right now, I mean, how long has Liberium been operating? About a week? What's today? Thursday. Yeah, today's Thursday. So we launched Tuesday night. Let's just say Wednesday. So about 8 days, right? I have a total of 71 close trades right now. Divided by 8, this is how you average in. So I'm averaging about 8.8 trades per day. So 8 trades a day. That's what I'm averaging, right? But on a bear market, again, I like my target, my sweet spot is 5%, 5 trades a day, average, right? At 5 trades a day, that is a total of, let's see, 5 times, let's just say 30 days. It's a total of 150 trades in a month. Okay, 150 trades in a month. Let's just say you like to divide. If you want, you can actually divide, because this is what I do in my personal trading. I do 10% of my total trading funds when I get into a trade. But with Liberium, they don't have the percent set yet. Okay, it's only a fixed amount per trade. I am wanting them to program to where you can just, instead of setting 150 per trade, you can set it at 10% per trade. 10% meaning they will take out 10% of your total trading funds and put it in a trade. And then if I go into another trade, they'll take 10% of that remaining total trading fund and put it in a trade, right? But if you want to follow this math here, you don't divide by 15, instead divide by 10. Again, we're not paying monthly, so you can very well do this if you want to follow this illustration. Because if you divide by 10, every time I close 10 trades, it's a 1% gain of your total trading fund. Again, if you divide by 10, every 10 trades I do is a 1% gain or more on your total trading funds. So I trade, my average trade is 5 trades a day, right? After 30 days, it's 150 trades. If you divide by 10, that's 15% of your total trading funds per month. Okay. And at the end of the month, if I do just 5 trades a day, you will still have a few trades left for the next month, which is what? 29 trades left for the next month, right? It's 179. Yeah. But anyways, 15%, okay? A month. So now that we have that, I'm gonna set this at 15% returns monthly. At an initial investment of US dollar, we're talking dollar terms here. And if you don't take any profit out and you wait 2 years and you just keep compounding these gains, right? You just keep compounding it. After 2 years, you will have $74,811 with an initial investment of $2,081. If you don't take any profit out and you wait 1 more year, you will have almost $500,000 after 3 years, compounding with an initial investment of $2,081. That is the power of compounding gains, ladies and gentlemen. And this is in US dollar term. Okay, now let me blow you away. What do you think the price of Bitcoin will be in 3 years? Because I don't think it's going to be at 41K. Okay. Now, let's go back to the Bitcoin calculator. At this amount, it's 0.05 Bitcoin. So now we are going to go here. Ignore the dollar sign because it's going to come back. But I'm going to type in 0.05. Think about that as Bitcoin. Okay. We're trading Bitcoin out pairs to accumulate more Bitcoin at 15% a month. I'm not accumulating the dollars anymore. And we wait 2 years at 0.05 Bitcoin at 15% a month. In 2 years, if you don't take out any profit, ignore the dollar because that dollar is going to appear again, the dollar sign. In 2 years, you will have 1.8 Bitcoin. And if 2 years from now, Bitcoin is at 100K, you will have what? $180,000 versus the dollar amount after 2 years earlier was how much? $74. Which one would you want to have? Because we're going to reach that 100K. Do you want $74,000 after 2 years or $180,000 because you have 1.8 Bitcoin? Now, if you don't take out any profit and you wait another year, and let's just say after 3 years, Bitcoin is still at 100K. Maybe it'll be at 250K. But let's just say it's still at 100K. you will have 10.78 Bitcoin, meaning you will have $1,078,000 at 100K Bitcoin. Do you want that or a little less than $500,000 if you're trading a dollar? Yes, folks, that is the power of accumulating more Bitcoin with my strategy. Again, it's not a matter of if, but it's a matter of when we'll reach 100K. And in 3 years, do you think we'll be at 100K or more? If we're more than 100K, then you will have more than $1,078,000. So just let that sink in. And that's it for my presentation today. Unless, actually, you know what? Let's just for shits and giggles, you know what? Let's add another year to that.
Oh my God.
Let's add another year to that.
40 Bitcoin.
4 years. Without taking any profit.
Geez, 64 Bitcoin.
And what if Bitcoin is at 250,000 after 4 years from now? Do you still want to accumulate the dollar or Bitcoin?
Pound Bitcoin, not the dollar.
Yeah.
So that's the goal at Liberium, is we want to accumulate Bitcoin and compound Bitcoin, not accumulate the dollar and compound the dollar.
Yeah. Another news also that went out is Mexico is wanting to make Bitcoin legal tender. Now, this isn't news like El Salvador making it legal tender and everything, or Argentina. You know, those are small countries. Mexico is actually in the top 16 biggest economy in the world. This is huge, right? And Mexico's wanting to make Bitcoin legal tender. What's next? What country is next? You know, so we're gonna end it with that. Hopefully everyone is about to change their mindset. And pretty much I wanted to make the Zoom because it takes this kind of mindset to follow my trades. Okay. Don't worry about the short-term dips. Just worry about the main goal a few years from now. And also, if you do see a dip, think of this as an investment. Buy a little bit more on the dip, so that way you have more to compound when the price of Bitcoin does go back up. Think about this. Just one more thing. When the market price goes down 50% and you buy at 50%, right? The market goes down 50% and you buy at 50% dip. If it goes back up and recovers to where it was before, that is 100% gain.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dollar, well, Bitcoin cost averaging. You caught me right. Oh, just no dollar. We talk Bitcoin in this world.
Yeah. So we'll end it with that. And hopefully everyone got some really great information with this. I know it's way more than an hour, but you know, this was a very past due Zoom that needed to be done.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. Have to go over it again.
Yeah, it's recorded
for
so
the numbers and stuff.
watch this over and over again until you understand that this was a lot of information that I shared here. Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Right. And again, if y'all have any questions, just message me or message the group, and we'll go from there.
Thank you, Carlo.
Thank you, Carlo.
Aldridge. Thank you, sir.
Thank you much.
All right.
Looking forward to the link to the recording. My group is going to be excited about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.